What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing? Welcome to another episode of Request Backup. Barely recovering from a night of broadcast, a whole weekend of MPL Philippines, pero nandito pa rin tayo. What's up? At your service, my name is Leo, and today, pag-uusapan natin ay ang ranked grind. Alright? Mga grinderist, mag-ingay. Time for you guys to check in for attendance, whether you're watching via the EGG Network page or through my page. Welcome. Good afternoon to ya. I do believe we are broadcasting to the whole region of Southeast Asia. And today's guests are a couple of good friends of mine, and I know that they are ranked grinders. And given that it has just been maybe a week or so since season reset, their opinion kind of matters. Alam ko na pag ako nag-aya, itong dalawang to ready. So without further ado, let's go ahead and call them in. Ladies and gentlemen, first up, let's introduce none other than one of the most up-and-coming and beloved casters here in the Philippines, a grand finalist in the 2021 MPL Philippines Caster Search. Let's all welcome Brigida. Brigida, how you doing?
Coach! Hi guys! I feel so honored to be part of this episode. And I feel more honored kasi Coach considers me as a grinderist talaga.
Galing.
To be fair, hindi lang naman kasi si Brigida ang grinderist. Ito yung masaya kasi kapag si Brigida ang inaya ko mag-RG, kasama yung buong squad niya, kasama yung LG. So that's something that I'm happy with. And if I'm not mistaken, we're upwards of maybe 70-80% win rate. Tama ba, Brig?
Oh yeah. True yan, Coach. Ano
Yeah.
lang tayo, sa nalulugi lang tayo, very rarely lang kapag kami super unique na tayo nakakalaban.
Yeah. Pero ang galawan namin, guys, best believe, parang MPL. Alright? So, that's because she's a big fan and, again, an aspiring MPL caster herself. More on that later. Our second guest, ito, making his debut in MPL Philippines Season 7. A good friend of mine, known him for years. He himself came from the realm of collegiate esports. Let's all welcome ang Pogi Boy ng MPL Philippines. It's Uomi. How you doing, man?
Alam mo, kung Pogi Boy lang, sana inintroduce mo na lang yung sarili mo. Pero feeling really good right now. Last week of regular season, kakatapos lang. Actually, fresh. Kahapon lang talaga natapos. So, ang dami natin pwedeng pag-usapan. In terms of grinderist, feeling ko mas solo queue person talaga ako. Nag-e-enjoy ako sa mga randoms kahit makikita niyo akong nagre-reklamo paminsan-minsan. Sana sa mga tank layla na yan, pwede na silang umalis ng rank.
Actually, tama ka doon. Hindi doon sa Pogi Boy. Ikaw pa rin yun. Tama ka doon sa soloista ka, okay? Guys, kapag backstage sa MPL, kwento ko lang, pag nagkakayaan, laro, bago mag-start yung show, si Uomi, in-game na. Okay? So, bilang yung oras na kalaro ko si Uomi kasi madalas, nagsa-start game na siya. Kapag kami ni na Reptar, ni na Naisu, nagkakayaan, yun, in-game na to si Uomi. Pero, sige, wait lang. Before we go on and continue with our main topic, let's go ahead and say hi to our viewers from all over, alright? Say what's up to LJ Ramos, first, Christine, second, tas sunod-sunod na sila. What's up to Antoine, Juggernaut, Larry, to Santi, my idol. Oy, kabatch mo, Brigida, say hi to Santi.
Hey, Santi! Sana nami-miss mo ako.
Ewan ko eh, umuwi siyang Iloilo eh, ewan ko lang. What's up as well to Excalibur, very good friend and loyal to the show. As well, watching via the EGG Network channel. Let's say hi and hello to John Paul and to Kapil. And man, if you guys have any questions or you want to say hi, and tell us where you're from. If let's say you're from the Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, wherever you're from, say hi in the chat, all right? Oh, wait, Uomi.
Ano?
We're blessed. Merong nanonood na isa ngayon. We are in the presence of an all-time great.
Sino? Hindi ko nababa.
Dalawa pala sila. Isa dito yung pinakamalupit na analyst.
Oo.
Kilala mo kung sino yun?
Si Kay Sam No Pueto po ba ito?
Sam No Pueto is here.
No, that's my idol. That's my role model. Naiiyak na ako, hindi nyo lang nahahalata. Ganon ako ka-honored pag nakikita ako si Idol Wolf.
Brigida,
Maraming salamat.
how honored are you na nandito si Wolf?
Or po namumula na rin ako kasi namumuo na rin yung luha ko. Hindi ko na po kaya. Thank you po sa pagdalaw.
Yan.
Idol.
Ayan, ito in my 21 years of existence now, I have always been blessed because of his family, pero iba daw ang saya niya pag na-shoutout siya. You get what you asked for. As well, we have another very esteemed guest checking in through chat. Coach Yeb of Onyx Philippines. Congrats on the top bracket finish, confirmed lives in the playoffs, but also congrats for recovering. He was under the weather for the longest time, pero nakaraos naman. Coach Yeb, super happy. Brig, Uomi, let's send Coach Yeb our well wishes.
Ayun, Coach Yeb, thank you sa kung kanino man na nakapag-recover ka na, and congratulations sa win nyo. And feeling ko parang sana nakaabot ka sa birthday party ni Baloy. Feeling ko hindi ka pa pwede uminom, pero sana okay ka na po.
Congratulations po, Coach Yev. Isa po ako sa sobrang na-amaze din po sa performance ng Onyx this season. Lalo na po sa storyline at pag-develop po ng career niya rin po as a coach.
Yeah. Actually, one hell of a season closer rin ang binigay sa atin ng Onyx Philippines. If you'll remember, they went up against TNC, yung totoong TNC last G, na ngayon ay medyo positive ang twist. Yung sambayan ng MPL, they're so proud of what these two teams brought out in their very last series in Season 8. And, tama ba? Record holder ang TNC and Onyx.
40-minute game. 41 minutes sila. Yung game 2 nila yesterday.
Yeah. Medyo malungkot lang ako dahil hindi na ako caster sa longest game in the season. Ninakaw yun nung grupo na yun. Sino ba? Uomi, were you there?
No. Ang kinas ko nun yung napakainit na Bren Esports versus, Bren Esports versus Blacklist, yun.
Kung saan tayo nakita ng
Johnson Zilong, my favorite. My personal favorite.
Alright, you know what? We'll talk about that later dahil lang usapan natin ay ranked games, and for sure yung mga laban kagabi ay naapektuhan ang perception ng mga tao tungkol sa ranked games and the heroes that we can see. Real quick, let's run through what we're gonna be talking about tonight. Again, ranked games. How pro play affected yung mga napapanood natin sa MPL. Ano nga bang nagiging epekto nito? Like, what kind of heroes and what kind of strategies do we see in the pro scene? And then, how does that change the way we play? That's why we had these two very important grinderists joining us and sharing their experience. Kaya rin guys, kwentuhan nyo naman kami. Tell us what your current rank is. Alright? So far, mauna na ako. I am currently Legend 4. Hindi ko alam kung bakit proud na proud ako, pero Legend 4. Tapos naka-win streak pa. Honestly, I've been doing a lot of studying and less playing. So siguro bawi during the break. Uomi, Brigida kayo, anong mga rank ninyo ngayon bilang grinders?
Brigida, ikaw muna.
Save the best for the last yata. I'm currently M5. M5 180 something points, if I'm not mistaken.
Alam mo, sana all may 100 plus points na. Kasi ako nasa mythic grading pa lang ako eh. Hindi pa nga ako tapos sa aking mythic grading. And nagbabakasyon ako ngayon, so hindi ko muna lalaruin yan until Thursday.
Okay, alright. Let's see what people are saying right now. Si Excalibur, mythic grading na din. So same kayo, Uomi, same kayo ni X. I wonder what other rank people are in. Kasi alam naman natin, confirmed na kapag nasa Legend, Epic, that's where the crazy things happen, right? Si Golagat nagsha-share. Oh my God, Golagat's here. L5. Okay, so lamang ako kay Golagat ng isang rank. Stars lang po. Brian KD says Legend 4. Si Kian says Epic 1. Cardo, hindi naman yan ML rank eh. Hindi naman yan ML rank eh.
Naligaw.
Naligaw to eh. Ito si Cardo kasi nasa kadulang stream. Honestly, before we started the request backup, watching other esports streams because that's where our friends are. Nagkakas din sila doon. So, yun, nandun si Cardo kanina, nagkahulihan kami. Bayan. Guys, keep sharing with us. We have here via the EGG Network page, Kapil is Mythic 3. Wow, sana all. Gerb is Epic. I'm wondering what other folks are. Luis Natasha saying hi to Brig. Bri, say hi.
Uy, hi, Luis!
Yo.
Luna. I think Luna. Yeah.
All right. Hello. And let's just read up the last bits of the responses. Jari says bronze. Nahuli ako dun, Hindi yan ML. Hindi yan ML. Okay? Siguro bronze yung medal mo. Tanso. Pero hindi yan rank. Cardo, ito, ayan. M4. Mythic 4? Okay. Alright. Mythic 4. Okay. M4 next year pa yon, pero Mythic 4. Ellie, hindi naman yan ML. Ano ba? Get out of here. Alright. So, let's move on. Let's talk about, again, the pro scene, okay? Let's bring up the past few games that we saw in MPL Philippines Season 8. Dahil, yan yung current effect, yan yung current landscape ng ating metagame. And, what do we notice? Ano ba mga uso ngayon sa pro play natin sa Pilipinas? Here we can see Onyx versus TNC. Yan, napakainit ng series na to. Brigida, do you remember some of your favorite moments from the past few weeks?
I feel like the current metagame has allowed for a lot of picks that weren't usually picked before. Like, there are a lot of junglers na ginagamit na ngayon. And to think na usually, or you would expect that marksmen aren't completely part of the picture kasi like the recent patch, it seems like it doesn't want them to be in the jungler role anymore. Pero teams recently, ang ganda ng pagkakalaro nila. Like one particular marksman na sobrang nakakahuli ng attention for me ngayon is the Nathan pick. It's so hard to catch, and its damage hindi mo talaga mapigilan. Sobrang pagka napascale mo siya early into the game, despite it being a jungler or even a gold laner or even a support in the mid laner, ang laki agad ng ambag niya for the team.
All right, I agree. Let me support that and echo it. Nathan talaga, sobrang laking bagay ni Nathan ngayon. And here you'll see it. TNC, not actually a Nathan team, pero dito sa huli nilang series, pinakita nila na parang Nathan really wins games. O si Coach Yeb, o Nathan since week 1, o technically day 1. You're right. Denver, I'll give you that. Uomi, how about you, man? You have any favorites that came out of this current metagame?
Well, my favorites technically are hindi siya na-introduce sa meta na to eh. Gustong-gusto ko yung Eve sa matchup kasi napaka nila eh. Kumbaga, very similar yung ranges nila, pero yung utility kasi ng Farsa Ultimate sa real-world manipulation, it's very different. Kaya gusto ko yung dynamic niya in different composition. Let's say, meron ka ng heavy damage, gusto mo na lang dagdagan, maglagay ka ng real-world manipulation. It allows you to control objectives better, or even push turrets better. And you could say the same for Farsa, pero ang pinagkaiba nun is yung mobility mismo ng Farsa that allows you to rotate faster naman. So, both are great mages, and I would say na parang the dynamic between those two, that specific matchup is what I always look out for when we look at the draft or we look at competitive games in general.
Yeah. You know what? I'm drawing an interesting parallel between your both favorites here. Magic seems to be key. I'm missing the time wherein parang physical burst ang inaabangan natin. Baka ito na nga maging direksyon ng ML. Parang kung gusto mo ng burst, it's magic. Gusto mo ng DPS, physical. So, hindi pa natin na-figure out yon. Kasi even si Claude, hindi lahat ng teams kayang mag-Claude. And in this recent clip, you saw Fanny, and medyo nahirapan siya. Yes, there were some moments of a comeback, pero, I don't know. Nandito si Coach Yeb. Coach Yeb, anong say mo sa Fanny ni Baby Boy Kyrie? He's here. I'm not sure kung anong napag-usapan nila dito. And man, even chat agrees so much about the Nathan, bro. Burrito is here. What's up, my guy? Nathan is legit for sure. Nathan kung pwede. Jelnu, you've mentioned Farsa, but I'm not sure if you also said Eve. Those two. If you get your hands on those two, sure ball. Okay, sure ball na. Ako, what I like so far is the resurgence of Bane. There was no Bane yesterday, pero may Bane nung nakaraang linggo. And he was a perfect mix of both. Siyempre, meron siya physical, meron siyang magic. So, gets ko bakit nakita agad yun ng blacklist against Bren despite the crazy draft.
Si Benedetta, favorite ko yun. Si... De, pero, like, honestly, Bane is such an interesting pick, especially in this competitive meta. He's a melee range that pushes really well. Meron din siyang control in terms of dun sa kanyang, gusto kong sabihin shark bait, pero alam kong hindi yun yung pangalan. Ano pangalan nun? Deadly Catch. Ayun. Deadly Catch. You know, Deadly Catch is a great tool in itself. You want to push with it. You're able to just clear out and dish a lot of damage. Pero, ang pinakakulang when you're getting that Bane is mainly control over a certain area. Kailangan niya ng initial control eh. Kaya feeling ko based din sa nakita ko in other regions such as Singapore, the Bane pick partnered up with a control mage like a Eve, really great.
I like how there may have been some foreign influence. Sabi daw dito ni Joe Mark, it was said somewhere, maybe by Coach Bon, na galing sa Orange Esports, yung Eve and Bane. Talagang kulong ka kung kulong. And you get mad access to objectives, even team fights hurt. So, yeah. Just some of our favorite picks from the previous weeks of MPL. Let's talk about now how this changed the game. The patch was an interesting change, and it hit us like a truck. Short to say. Hindi siya kasing baliwan or kasing sabihin nating radical ng Project Next nung 2020. Pero there were some innovative changes here. What are some noteworthy changes here, Brigida, that has affected your ranked games?
Well, I think the recent adjustments are actually yung revamp made dito sa 4 heroes, pero particularly kay Hayabusa and kay Lancelot. They changed a lot about how I'm playing my ranked games. Kasi recently, when we play, we don't really go for the Lancelot or the Hayabusa ban. Like, they're strong, they're there, but they're not necessarily the heroes na we want to avoid kasi we know or there are actual counters naman and you know how to play against them. Pero because of their adjustments, si Lancelot, ang hassle na niyang kalaban na kahit gaano pa kayo karami na pagtulungan niya siya, that would like be more of benefit to him kasi he would have to dash through a lot more heroes. And for Hayabusa naman, the range of his second skill right now, you can't catch, it's so hard to catch him. Like, I actually watched this video na kaya na niyan lumusot like from a huge wall or like a gap. Sobrang hassle. So, ngayon, parang na-restrict yung bans namin. Like, personally, I'd want to go for the bans on the Lancelot or the Hayabusa muna. Especially if we want to go for like a marksman. Pero, you know, I think mas may ano si Uomi eh. Mas may ano pa siya eh.
Na, parang biglang nalipat sa akin yung pressure. Pero, ano bang, balikan natin yung tanong.
Clearly, Brigida loves the change on the assassins to the point na medyo yamot siya kasi there's so much Lancelot, so much Hayabusa out there, and that's how that revamp changed the game for her. Pero ikaw, Uomi, based on what we've been casting in MPL and based on how you've been playing, ano yung mga parang talagang ramdam mong changes?
Well, the biggest change I would say para sa mga ranked games ko personally would be it's almost the same eh. The Hayabusa and the Lancelot, ang dami kasing gumagamit niya sa Pilipinas. Yun yung tipo na pag naglaro ka, imposibleng hindi mo makita. And similar to the Cho. But honestly, the changes on the Cho, yung hindi na nagre-reset after ng Jeet Kune Do, bumawas yung mga nag-Cho tank. Biglang dumami yung mga nag-grok, dumadami yung mga ibang tanks like that. And I feel like similar to what I see in the competitive scene, dahil nga nagkaroon ng mas maraming marksman in the gold lane, nagiging uso din yung mga mages na kayang mang-burst o kayang tumapat sa mga marksman na yun. Katulad ng Lunok, pwede na rin nating ilagay si Kaja, salo na si Kaja of course. And another thing is yung Beatrix din that plays like a mage because of the wave clear and yung mga access niya to different types of weapons. So it's really something interesting to see considering that Beatrix is a marksman, categorized under a marksman, but because of the abilities and the usage of their weapons, talagang she kinda does play like a mage.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the possible gold laner mages na pwedeng mang-neutralize ng marksmen, lumabas dun sa screen si Kagura, which we've seen players like Benny Cutie and even Renegade and Yaknu play out of their gold lane, and it really works. So, mukha talagang meron ng nagiging direksyon si Moonton dito as to how they wanna affect the way the game plays. Some people are bringing up an interesting combo here. I don't know if you've seen this often in your ranked games. Gel and Kapil across the streams are saying may something daw sa Odette and Matilda.
Oh, we
na-
did this.
yeah.
We did see this kahapon sa Blacklist. You can go with your old, sabi nating mag-swan song, tapos pwede ka mag-guiding wind. Ikaw ba, Brigida? Na-try mo na ba yun?
Actually, I kept on telling my teammates to try it. Lalo na nung bagong revamp. Pero parang ayaw pa nila i-try with me. So, I couldn't try it. Pero, like, what we saw yesterday, it actually works pala. Kasi, you don't have to be the front agad. And you could, like, make sure na you will be going into a fight na medyo na-establish na. So, parang hindi pa siya sobrang... Kasi parang you're not easy to catch talaga pag nandun ka sa guiding wind. So, ang ganda ng pagkakagamit nila yesterday against Abren Esports.
And if I'm not mistaken, that Matilda by Eson is what propelled him to top of the KDA count. Ridiculous.
Yes.
It was posted. It was posted by Golagat. Kanina nito si Golagat sa chat natin. Face reveal naman, Lods, maybe. Crazy. He played 2 games in the MPL and he's sitting on top. 18 KDA. 18. Ano ba yan, Uncle? Ba't ganon? Okay. So, a few more bits here brought up by a few of our friends na either favorite nila or hate nila sa current metagame sa rank is Ray Ash just hates Bane. Seeing Nathan everywhere. We have Jomar Paul. Double tank. I think so far, ang nagdo-double tank pa lang ay si Next Play Evos. Did anyone else do double tank?
I honestly haven't seen. Like, by double tank, do you mean double roam? Like, dalawa yung may blessing?
Hindi naman double blessing. As in, tank talaga. Like yung Hylos Kufra and yung Grok.
Oh.
Hylos.
Wala pa ako naaalala. Like, I feel like if ever may nagpakita man, it's not that effective. And I honestly think na the biggest luxury to have in mid-game is just the damage na kailangan mo talaga to snowball. Importante sobrang may access ka sa damage by mid-game.
Yeah, so double tank might be just in little pockets in the pro scene. Kaya rin siguro konti-konti lang din siya nakikita sa ranked games. I honestly don't see it that often too. But speaking of, we mentioned so many heroes, no? Let me get you guys a pop quiz. Sali kayo sa chat, okay? Chat, join in. I want you guys to tell us, yes, ano yung 5 most used heroes in MPL Philippines Season 8? Sakto, nag-close up na ang regular season, so these stats are pretty definitive. With the help of our beloved League Ops, I was able to get these stats. Sana hindi mo sinilip, Uomi. Please, tell me you didn't.
Ayoko nang nandadaya. Di ba?
Okay, good. Sige. Guys, hulaan nyo. 5 most used heroes in MPL Philippines. Put it in the chat, watching via EGG, watching via my page. Ano yung sa tingin nyo na top 5 most used heroes in MPL Season 8? Brigida, una ka na. Ano yung top 5 mo? Guess lang. Hula lang.
Alice.
Okay.
Ling. Chu.
Alice Ling Cho.
Benedetta.
Nene.
Pakito.
Okay.
Okay. Ako naman, Hayabusa, Ling, Lancelot, Paquito, tsaka Alice.
Okay. There's a bit of overlap, and some of them are correct based on what I did on my research. Ito na, nag-share na yung mga tropa pips natin. Grabe, John, one time lang lumabas yung Zilong. People are saying Hayabusa, Matilda, Lance, Ling. Some of these kasi rin, ang dalas maban eh. Di ba? So, the stats might be skewed kasi we see them a lot, their portrait, but their usage is, it might be different. Pero may mga hero din kasi tulad ni Matilda and Johed na based on Season 7, ang dalas maban, pero biglang lumalabas ulit, bumabalik. Yan. Okay. I love it, people. People are bringing it up. Kahit si Coach Ev na isali, Tams, Alice Cho, Nathan, Esme yung kanya. Okay, are you ready? We're gonna find out the answer right about now. We'll flash it on screen. 3, 2, 1. Here's the top 5 most used heroes in MPL Philippines. Konting suspense lang. Pero lima to. With the count, I actually found out the count as well. And I was honestly surprised by a few of them. Yeah. Here we go. The fifth one first. Yung fifth to the most used. I wonder how many people got it right. Hindi to sabay-sabay lalabas. There's actually a tie. Showing up 46 times each. Nathan, Hayabusa, and Benedetta.
Wow.
I did not expect Benedetta. Honestly, I thought she would show up less kasi very 50-50 yung performance niya.
Yes, you know what? Parang yung 50-50 na performance ng Benedetta, it's mostly because it's a very high skill cap hero. Kumbaga parang isa siya sa mga hero na talagang mahirap gamitin for a lot of people. Pero the fact that Benedetta could be flexed in the jungle, XP lane, just goes to show na talagang may priority pa rin for some of the specialists na mag-Benedetta dito. Pero feeling ko hindi dapat siya makakadating dito sa ating top 5 kung hindi nilaro ni Sanford to kahapon.
Oh, yeah. Brigida, did you see that Sanford Benedetta?
Yeah, it did not disappoint as I said sa aking article. Grabe.
Oh, you did? You wrote exactly that line?
Yes, I said, and the debut match of Sanford, and NXP Sanford's debut match, and he did not disappoint. Oh,
Okay.
Kasi he did not for me. Sige,
let's make seal of that. Guys, if you want to see the articles that our beloved Brigida writes, go and check out the MPL Philippines website. Did any of you guys also guess Hayabusa and Nathan? Because I could have sworn that Hayabusa would have been affected by that 1-week ban, and Nathan would have been affected by the fact na hindi natin alam kasi kung saan siya talaga dapat mid or jungle or gold. Pero maybe it's that what put him here too. The fact na ang dami niyang roles. So, for those who guessed, ang lupit ninyo. Ang lupit ninyo, guys. You said Nathan, Hayabusa. Ito. Let's go to number 4. Let's go to number 4. Ang dami pang mga hindi nababanggit. There's the Farsa! 47 times. 47 times.
Sorry, is it just me or is this skin a little bit more different? Like
No, the portrait,
areas, yeah.
the portrait only shows, the in-game portrait only shows from like the mid-torso up. Pero very rarely do we see the full image. So this is the full image.
Wow, I'm
Cool.
actually amazed. This is what Farsa skin again?
Indigo Aviatrix.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's a very obscure name.
Brigida would know kasi medyo Farsa main siya eh. Diba? Phosphor ka, diba?
I used to be yes, ngayon Brigida Tank na coach. I keep on telling you that it's Brigida Tank.
Hindi,
Yeah.
kasi ang nagkakapalitan tayo. When we play RG, it's you or me. It's you or me. So, yun. You would know the name of this skin and was either of you guessing Farsa? Brigida, did you guess Farsa?
I didn't. Pero kasi it's actually, as mentioned a while ago, it's actually one of the picks that people usually go to, lalo na if may Nathan or Marksman sa kalaban, which is something na teams actually went for considering the recent patch. Actually, kami ng mga kalaro ko, going back dun sa kanina, each time may magpipick agad. Kasi Nathan, it's usually one of the first picks na ngayon sa ranked games. And every time they go for that pick, sasagot talaga kami ng Eve Farsa. Kasi what we do all the time is just try to look for him, tapos isolate. Ila-lockdown nga siya doon. And kasi most of the time, if they have a Nathan, that's like most of where their damage comes from. The rest front na lang or something. So, mga ganun. So, kind of expected, actually, the Farsa pick.
Yeah, make Farsabog them, alright? So, 47 times she showed up. And yes, this is a very leggy skin. Let's not forget, she actually walks a majority of the time. Yung lipad niya, skill yun, guys. So, she needs legs to walk. We just don't see it very often. In this skin, apparently we do. Let's go to number 3, the third most picked hero in MPL Philippines. And let's see kung magpapakita din yung mga karamihan guest niyo. There's the Cho! There's the Cho! A lot of people are saying Cho a little higher, pero number 3 lang pala siya, guys. 48 times.
Matic ton Cho eh. The Cho is one of those picks na iisipin mo bakit parang Pilipino yung pick na to. Imposible. Literal, hindi ka maglaro ka ng 5 laro ng Mobile Legends. Panigurado may isa, at least one of those games, may Cho. Kung hindi tank, gold lane. Minsan nga, mag-XP late pa. Wala silang pake. Pag nahuli ka nila, they're gonna go for it. Minsan nga, magsi-sticker pa. Actually, hindi minsan eh. Pag nasa Philippine server ka, required na pag sinipa ka nila, sticker recall, tsaka ako combo.
Part yun. Part yun ng PH Freestyle. Kaya mo ba yun, Brig?
Po. Ano po ako eh. I don't know how to TP as a player.
Okay. I think I should practice also. Kasi naiingit ako honestly sa mga tropa pips natin na marunong mag-freestyle. Alam ko si Butters may ganyan video dati. Hindi ko alam kung Chu freestyle yon or Gushon freestyle na may kasamang pag-post sa FB sa gitna ng combo. But anyways, let's move along to number 2. Who is the second most picked hero in MPL Philippines? And it's of course, Paquito. Okay? Guys, first pick worthy si Paquito. Okay? Kung hindi siya binan ng blue, first pick nila yan. Kung lumusot siya for red, tapos Ling or Haya yung una dun sa kabila, ido-double nila yon. And who guessed Paquito from you guys?
Pares tayo, di ba? Pares tayo nagpakito.
I do.
Oh, pares tayo.
Ano, Paquito?
Nagsabi ka ng Paquito, promise. Last
akala ko, do you use Paquito? Yes,
no,
I did. I guess, yeah. Paquito. Last siya, pero it's not the last pala. Hindi by order yung nasabi ko kanina.
Oh, yeah. Wala naman. Mahirap naman yung kasi by order. Pero legit. So, Paquito here showing up, number 2. And with that being said, guys, huling hula. HH. Huling hula. Parang next play Evos. HH. Ano yung number 1? Final guess na, guys. Ano yung number 1? Kasi medyo na-deduce na natin eh. Brigida, your guess for number 1.
I think Alice talaga.
Sige. Uomi?
Ako, parang inisip ko una, Yabusa, pero ngayon, siguro sa Alice na din. Agree ako sa Alice eh. Parang lahat ng gold laners sa Pilipinas, mahilig mag-Alice eh.
Oo. Parang kung walang Alice yung team mo, hirap kayo. And even the teams that are in the bottom of our standings have prolific Alices. Alice. Hey, what's up to Ella, to Jomar Paul, to Kate, to Gio Caridad, my good friend of ours from Singapore, and to Sam, to Jimbo, yung nakalaro natin isang araw kasama si Naisu, si Jim. Sige, hula nyo, Alice, let's go! Let's show us the final top picked hero from MPL Philippines, and yeah, it's none other than Alice. 61 times she was picked. I'm not sure if this is an accurate number kung naihahabol yung mga picks niya from the previous weekend. Real time yata nag-update, pero basta, most picked hero, still, it's Alice. There's so many names that come up when we're talking about pro players, but Uomi, I remember when you started out learning ML and eventually making it into the professional league, Alice main ka.
Yeah, I mean, Alice for me was one of those heroes that was comfortable to play. Mainly because if pwede kong sabihin yung laro kung saan ako nang galing, I used a very similar hero, kumbaga. it had like the dash na included yung damage na projectile. Meron din yung mechanic sa Blood Ode where if you keep your distance sa mga, I mean, if you have at least melee range sa mga tabi mong kalaban, you get a lot of life. It's a very, let's say, a very similar playstyle na sanay talaga ako. So when I started learning the game, played 2 heroes only, Eudora and the Alice. And the Alice for me carried me in a lot of games. I would say not so much right now since I started playing more Benedetta and transition towards the XP lane. Yun lang. Pero Alice, such a comfortable pick. Nalaro ko pa yung Alice na activatable yung ulti niya na may cooldown. And timing is super important when you're doing that.
Yeah, and still, no? It shows that she's the perfect hero. A lot of people are saying the right things in chat na parang she's strong, could win games, but she's not broken. Parang kailangan mo pa rin talaga ng scaling, some safety in the early game, tapos marunong kang tumiming with the Blood Ode. There's a good Ode and awe and flow. Again, all of her skills matter and it's the right combo of high skill cap, but if you're new to the game, you can still kind of get away with it. Konti lang yata dito yung surprising for some of us, but of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 heroes, Brigida, how many of them do you play? How many of them can you confidently say, kaya kong gamitin sa rank?
Dalawa, coach. Actually,
Which one?
Dalawa or... Yeah, dalawa. Si Farsa and si Cho.
Okay, tapos yung Cho mo may asterisk. Cho na walang
Gods
freestyle.
pala. Oh, gods.
So, na walang freestyle. Na ayaw pagamit sa akin. Ayaw po nila maniwala Pero I'm confident. Kasi tinanong nyo lang po kung confident. Di naman po kung magaling, di ba? So, I'm confident sa Cho ko.
Okay. Sige.
Tama.
Tama naman, guys. So, wag nating awayin si Brigida kasi confident nga naman. Okay. Uomi, how about you, dude? How many of these 7 can you, like, bring into ranked?
Siguro tatlo. Alice, given na, since siya yung first hero na nilaro ko talaga. And Benedetta as well, yan talaga yung pre-practice ko last season. I think right now, I'm around 100 plus games already on the Benedetta this season. So, wait, not 100. Last season pala yun, yung more than 100 Benedetta games. And the Hayabusa as well, since I play the Hayabusa gold lane, pero hindi ko alam parang tuwing naglalaki na ako ng Hayabusa, tapos sasabihin ko, gold lane ako, may magla-lock in na S4, sasabihin niya, core ka na lang, lock in, Layla pa. Tapos nasa gold lane. Sige bro, ako na mag-a-adjust para sa'yo.
Okay na. Pero sige, you mentioned Alice, Benedetta. Who's the third one?
Hayabusa.
Okay, there you go. Okay, cool. Clean. Okay, interesting. Tama. People are drawing similarities to our number 1 hero, Alice, to a very well-known hero from another MOBA, si Puck. Yung Dream something, I think that's what it's called, the orb, where you can switch positions with it. That's the blood flow. Ako, of the 7, shoot.
Nathan Lords ka, di ba?
Nathan lang, di ba? Are you kidding me? Isa lang doon yung kaya kong laruin ng, ng confidently. Kaya tayo tinatawag na coach kasi tayo player So, yun na lang. I'm a half decent Nathan. So, ayun. I can play it mostly wherever. Pero Nathan lang. So, I'm glad na medyo nandun naman siya sa top 5 most used heroes. Dream Coil. Yun, Dream Coil. Okay. Now, we talked about the heroes that have been used the most. And we can expect na itong 7 na to, madalas din natin makikita sa ranked games. Let's talk about the teams that have done well in this patch, no? Kasi itong mga teams na to, guys, sila yung papanoorin natin para makakuha ng tips kung paano nga ba umangat sa ranked. Because their strategies in the new meta work. Maybe if we take them and use them in our own way, dumali ang ating ranked grind. Let's ask Brigida first. Brigida, sino mga teams ang pinapanood mo ngayon and you're saying they seem to be doing well in the new meta?
Well, for me, that's going to be NXP EVOS and Onyx Philippines. Kasi, for instance, Onyx Philippines, even before the recent patch took place, like, we've seen them going into the season with their heavily objective based play style. Like they really focus on objectives, taking objectives. Like most of the time when they play, it's mostly a low scoring game. They really don't go for the kills most of the time. And when the patch came, parang sobrang naging beneficial pa nun for them kasi we see them really going after the energy shields, and after that, parang nagtutuloy-tuloy na lang talaga lahat. Kasi one thing I noticed talaga coming into this patch, like even kahit nung sobrang start pa lang, kahit nung sobrang fresh pa lang siya, it's like, who really gets, like, it's, ever since naman, pero all the more this time, who really gets to get the better early game and the early lead, parang sobrang taas ng chances na they are able to secure the game.
Yeah, that might actually be the way this meta game is going. Low kill count, scale well, tapos kahit tumagal, you just hold out. How about you, Uomi? What teams do you look to when you're looking for strategies in this new meta game?
Parehas kami ng sagot ni Brigida dito eh. NXPE and Onyx Philippines, definitely sila yung kailangan nating tignan when we're looking at MPL Philippines Season 8, especially after yung malaking patch na nakita natin. Mainly because of one thing, hindi sila sumunod sa meta or yung sinabi na malakas para doon. Again, if babasahin natin yung patch na yun, sasabihin nila, Marksman will be all the rage during this time. Pero ang ginawa ni Nextplay Evos, ang ginawa ng Onyx Philippines ay kinounter nila to bago pa lumabas. Instead of getting marksmen in the gold lane, what they did was to get mages in the gold lane, or kung hindi mages, people who could burst down those marksmen really quickly. Dito natin makikita yung Kaja ni Marky, Kaja ni Hatred, or in NXPE, yung Lunox ni Hesa. But the thing about NXPE as well is, kahit hindi sila mag-burst mage on the gold lane, they're probably gonna bring out the Claude. So the Claude has always been around for NXPE kahit nung si Renegade pa yung gold lane nila. Meanwhile for Onyx, I feel like hindi naman sila limited to just using mages in the side lane dahil alam naman natin lahat ng players ng Onyx Philippines talagang sobrang talented. Kahit magpalit-palit sila, they're still gonna be super strong, and hopefully we do see better stuff coming this playoffs.
For sure, a lot to expect. So guys, kung gusto nyo panoorin yung mga huling VOD, especially right after the patch came in ng MPL Philippines, panoorin yung laro ng EVOS, ng Nextplay EVOS, at ng Onyx Philippines. You could pick up a few ranked game strategies from there. Kahit sabihin ng trio lang kayo. Doesn't need to be like a full 5-man. Sometimes even a trio can take the core of their strategies, tapos gamitin ninyo, okay? Wag lang yung kagabi. Yung kagabi, hindi counted yun. Don't do that. Just please. But yeah, let's talk about your heroes now. Kanina tinignan natin kung ano yung meron sa MPL, di ba? Ngayon, pag-usapan natin yung tatlong hero na madalas ninyo makita. Kasi we're about to close up the discussion here. And I wanna know what heroes you often see. Alright? Pag nag-rank games kayo, you guys can share as well at home. Sino yung tatlong hero na hindi lilipas ang isang RG nang hindi sila nakikita? Brigida, who are your top 3 heroes from your rank games?
I mentioned it a while ago na. First, the Nathan. Like, if they don't ban, madalas siya na for first pick. Like, yun yung nakikita ko recently. I haven't played, like, for the past 2 days. Kanina lang. Pero it's still there. Nathan, sobrang OP ngayon. And it's hard to see a game without a Nathan. For yung, personally. Hindi pa naman ako sobrang high rank. Pero hindi rin naman ako sobrang, like, I'm just in the middle. Like, so, okay, so Nathan, and then Hayabusa and Ling. Like, yung dalawang assassin talaga na to. I don't think I've ever played the ranked game without these guys. Or if not, like, at least one talaga. And kahit yung team ko kasi, madalas prio namin, it's either the Ling or the Hayabusa. The Nathan, it's not as much. Pero, like, based on the games I've played recently, talaga, sobrang dalas lumalabas ng Nathan ngayon sa RG. I think kahit kayo, coach, for first pick nyo yung Nathan eh.
Oh yeah, never ban the Nathan. Kasi pag nandyan ako, I wanna play the Nathan. So,
Oh,
I
okay.
get this. Folks!
So Nathan.
Shonatan. Pesta, bigyan na. First pick. But people are sharing and I feel the frustration already. Layla, first pick. Pero may mga legit naman sagot like Cho, Kufra, Ling, Xborg. Ito pa nakaka-stress, Mia. Uomi, ikaw man, what are your top 3 heroes in ranked?
Well, ito yung assassin trio ng Pilipinas, Ling, Lance, Aya. Alam naman natin, kahit saan ka pumunta, mapa Luzon, mapa Visayas, mapa Mindanao, o minsan, top number 45 ng Australia na hindi ko alam bakit naglalaro sa Pilipinas, Ling, Lance, Haya ang madalas natin makita sa jungle. And mainly because, mas lalo na ngayon, meta tinitignan natin, ang dami nagma-marksman, mahilig kumain ng marksman, ng mga hero na to. At hindi lang yan, Eve Parsa na rin. Salo na yung Hayabusa pag nakita ka niyang mag-isa nasa likod. Goodbye na lang sa'yo. I've seen so much Hayabusa na pag alam kong magbebeya tricks ako sa gold lane o gagamit ako ng mga marksman, binaban lang yung Haya eh. Mas okay na sa akin na may makalaban akong Lancelot o Ling. At least yun makikita. At least may magagawa ka kapag pumasok sila. Pero yung Hayabusa kasi pag umulti tas binilang pa yung wave, yung wala ka talagang katabi, tatayo ka na lang eh. Tatanggapin mo na lang ang kamatayan. At minsan hindi masaya yon. So, yun lang.
Baba mo na lang yung phone mo eh, no? Baba mo na lang yung phone mo.
Yun yung freestyle ko. Papanoorin kong isa shadow kill ako, mag-aaltab ako, gagawa ako ng TikTok, magre-reklamo ako. Ito na naman, pinatay ako ng Hayabusa, titingin-tingin lang ako dito kasi TikTok timers na. Back to you, Leo. Mga ganong klaseng.
Basa mo na ako, ano bang ginagawa ng Twilight Armor? Uy, may ganun palang passive yun?
Oh, galing. Yung brute force. Alam, may magic resist din sa passive. Wow.
May cooldown reduction pala to. Alright. Uy, okay na. Respond na ulit. Alright. Some people are sharing their top, and here's an interesting bit of insight from Singapore. Singapore Indo server. This is Gio Caridad. He's saying Saber, Xborg, Balmond. Okay. Ang gusto ko lang dyan yung Xborg. I hate Saber and I hate Balmond. Pero nakakatuwa rin namang may nag-Balmond nung isang araw. Was that yesterday? Yeah. Balmond ni Ryzen. That was actually pretty fun to watch. Estes and Barats, pretty good as well. Salamat sa 10 stars mula sa ating national hero, si Jose P. Rizal. Did not know you had access to stars. Thank you so much. 2 weeks na siyang nagsasend ng mga stars sa paborito niyong streamers. Thank you. But yeah, that's the heroes that you can expect to see. People are actually coming in and then they're sharing everything from all the way back to our first question. Ano rank nyo na? What heroes you want to see? What heroes do you already see in your ranked games? And I think that's our last question. Let's just open it up to chat right now. Which heroes do you actually want to see in pro play? Kasi ganito yun, if you guys see a hero in the MPL, any country, and you can say that in chat dun sa RG ninyo, then you kind of defended your case. Alright? So, pag sinabi mong, hindi si Hayes, kagabi nakita niya ba yun? Nag-Aurora? Nanalo? Wait, nanalo sila?
Oo, nanalo sila doon. Legendary Aurora ang nag-iisa sa MPL.
Right. Nanalo sila because of three siege minions.
Yes.
But, anyways, pag sinabi mong si Lodi Hayes nag-Aurora, pwede ka na mag-Aurora sa rank, di ba? So, which heroes do you want to see in pro play, guys? Put it in the chat. We're seeing Clint, sabi ni Andro. John Patrick says Leomord. Wait, Gelnu said something that I also want to see. Vixana. Sana magpakit si Vixana. How about you, Brig? Who do you want to see in pro play?
I guess, considering na marksmen are often picked today, I feel like I'd want to see the comeback of the Leomord. I think Butters mentioned it as well, that if he sees a marksman, I forgot which marksman, pero marksman in general who aren't that mobile, ang daling mag-close ng gap ng Leomord. And it's not used at all. It wasn't used at all this season, pero it was a hot pick. I forgot what season that was, pero I'm hoping to see it again, I guess.
Okay, all right. Isa pang may magiging masaya dyan is si Rockhart. Pag nakita tayo Leo Mord, sobrang saya ni Kuya Rockhart. How about you, Omi? Which heroes do you wanna play, man? You wanna see played in pro play? Kasi kagabi, ang dami natin nakita eh. Pero meron ka pa bang nasa wishlist?
Nasa wishlist ko, idol. Be the Guinevere. Feeling ko, si Guinevere, gusto ko siya makita for one particular reason. Daming nauuso ngayon na artillery mages and a lot of them are pretty immobile. We're looking at Farsa, we're looking at Eve. Ito yung mga tatayo lang talaga pag binata na nila yung ulti nila. I feel like that's the perfect chance for a Guinevere to go thump and just, sick him clean. And sobrang dali makapatay. Pag tumama yung thump mo, bibilang lang yung nabubuhay sa Violet Requiem.
You're right. I'm also honestly surprised why we don't see much Guinevere. She has mobility. She has a good amount of burst, CC. Sana nga rin makakita tayo ng Guinevere. Let's see what chat says. Joshua says Alpha, Edmar, Leslie. Uy, si Sona wants to see Mincitar. There was a good amount of Mincitar in the earlier seasons of MPL. Leo, M2 nga eh. Mayroong Mincitar dun eh. Leomar saying Hanabi. Maybe after the rework. Jari says Carry. We did see some Carry in Season 8. Jomar, Lolita. Tetsuya, Moskov. Ooh. Florin kapag pwede na, for sure. We have Cyclops, Leslie, and Zask. Uy! Zask! Why? We didn't see any Zask. Did we see Zask this season?
No. We haven't seen him.
Okay. Golagat, says Terizla. Matagal na rin ako nagbuburo ng Terizla eh. Parang pwede sana eh. Like XP lane Terizla.
Yeah, I feel like Terizla could work. Pero magiging dependent siya sa mga kakampi niya for gap closers. Maybe if there's a Mathilda in the team, Mathilda Terizla, who knows? I feel like that could work.
That sounds delicious.
Actually, may nagme-mid Terizla kami na nakalaban recently.
Panalo?
So, syempre panalo kami. Pero, parang ang hirap palagan. Hindi naman sa nagaan.
I get it. Kasi parang may ganyang role talaga sa MOBA eh. It's the mid lane bully. Yung parang stay lang siya, tapos babalagbagin ka lang. May mga ganyan. Yuzhong can do that. Yuzhong can play that role. Maybe even Tams. Who knows? But yeah, last few bits here. We have Masha. We have 1-1. Oh, you want to see a 1-1, right?
Yeah, I want to see the 1-1. Pero I feel like teams aren't, it's not part of the options right now. Kasi parang, ang hirap. Kasi aside from the Phobius, parang if before 1-1 was one of the heroes na parang ang hirap hulihin, parang ngayon nakapag-adjust na rin yung heroes na parang that won't be much of a problem for them. I guess the Hayabusa or even the Lancelot na dati you could outplay these heroes with the 1-1, pero I feel like it's a lot more trickier to pull off right now considering the revamp na yun.
Yeah. Let's just read this as our last few bits of our responses. JP Rizal, si Pepe, says Beleric, XP lane, like RRQ, mala RRQ. And Gord, sad Naisu noises. Yan, si Ray actually wants to see Gord. Well, he got banned yesterday, so that's technically an appearance.
Yeah, appearance in the ban list and hindi na lalabas mas lalo. And 100%, hindi pala ganun yung bilangan nun, sorry. Mababa lang ang ban.
No. Oo. Pero ito, 100% win rate, Franco.
Ayun. Oh yeah,
Diba?
that's a real stat. Real stat.
Yeah, dalawa lang ang nag-Franco sa MPL Philippines Season 8 at hindi doon kasali si Uncle Eson. Yan na yun. Si Zapnu at saka si Bentings. Okay? One half of the iconic duo, Der and Ben. Okay? So, we were gonna close up the show, but before that, guys, maraming salamat for sharing with us. And again, napakadaldal ng chat ngayon sa third episode ng Request Backup. Let's show people what the playoffs bracket might look like because ang dami nagsasabing predict, pero we'll do that in the next episode, okay? But for now, konting papyaw lang. A little bit of, how do I say, some thoughts, some feelings as to how the brackets came about. Brigida, tell us how you're feeling about round 1 and what might actually happen round 2.
I actually consider the play-ins super scary. Kasi, considering how the teams, like, yung magtatapat pa against each other, exited the regular season, they're so promising. And I feel like a week and a half or 2 weeks, I guess, that's a lot of time if you know who you're going to prepare for and who you're going up against. So, I just I just can't wait, and I feel like I can't really give a solid prediction, lalo na ngayon na I think we're now going to have a best of 5 for all of our matches. So parang yun, it's all the more hindi na pwede yung mabilisang mga ganap. Parang talagang each game counts, and there's so much that can happen kasi we can now reach up to 5 games.
You're right. Talagang exhaust the strategies. How about you? Midnight tuloy. Si Herandel kasi Midnight I trust eh. Ito si Midnight eh. Oh, sige, Uomi.
Oh.
Tell me what you think about the play-ins.
Yo, play-ins, RSG, NXP, medyo nakabahan ako dito para kay RSG. Mainly because si RSG, marami silang rookies. Ibig sabihin nito, hindi pa natetest yung metal nila sa isang mahabang series katulad ng Best of 5. And usually, when we look at rookies, talagang nape-pressure sila pagdating sa playoffs. And nakakakaba lang, no? Kasi Demon Kite is such a great player in the regular season. Tingnan natin kung kaya ba niyang lumaban, especially against NXPE na again, talagang nag-rise sa standings natin sa regular season. Meanwhile, for Omega and Echo, I would say that Echo is the underdog here despite having talented players in a very, let's say, crucial gold lane matchup between Benny Cutie and Kelra. Omega is that type of thing, or type of team rather, na kaya talagang mag-grind. Yung mas mahabang series, mas okay sa kanila. This is something that we've seen countless times, and Echo definitely gonna enter this as enter in this matchup na underdog talaga. Gonna be interesting to see. Kasi Onyx and Black, I feel like they could just stand up and prepare for their own. Meanwhile, for the rest of the league, parang kailangan nilang humabol sa Onyx and Blacklist.
Yeah. Lahat ng nasa play-ins, technically, medyo underdog. Pero mas underdog pa rin si Echo RSG. I don't know why. I don't know why that is. Pare-pareho lang naman sila halos ng points. But, yeah, in the past weeks of the regular season, it looked like they really had issues to fix internally and even amongst the metagame. But, yeah, that's what we can expect in the playoffs, guys. 2 weeks, 1 week tayong pahinga. Unting antay na lang to. At least for sure, we can say there'll be one more episode of Request Backup. And of course, all our other extracurricular shows, mga streams natin na nagpapahype ng ating pinakamamahal na liga, MPL Philippines. But with that being said, we're gonna wrap it up and we're gonna share our final thoughts and shoutouts. Let's start with Brigida.
Okay, so thank you so much, guys, for sticking with us. I hope you guys learned or enjoyed at least, and sana nag-share talaga kayo ng thoughts. I really appreciate how the chat or the comment section was really active. And yeah, so you could find me at Facebook, my page, this one, at LG Brigida. For the rest of my social media accounts naman, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, it's at Bridget NR. Like, it's hard to spell, pero BRIDGITTENR. Spinel ko talaga. pero yun.
Alright, sana mahanap nila yun. Basta, Bridget NR. Before we go to Uomi, shoutout muna kay Chubby Chub on Twitter. Yan. So thank you guys for sharing the show and letting everyone know that Request Backup is happening. But yeah, Uomi, final thoughts, shoutouts, and alam mo na.
Yep, final thoughts. I really had fun right now sa Request Backup. Sana in the future marami pang ganito. And shoutout nga pala sa lahat ng mga nagsusupport ng liga, support ng casters, and everybody and everything about MPL Philippines na nakakausap ko on TikTok, Twitter, sometimes Facebook. And maraming salamat din para sa mga talagang nagsusuporta ng mga TikTok ko. I've put in a lot of effort sa paggawa ng mga mini guides or mga mini explanations, and I'm glad to know that a lot of people enjoy it. So maraming salamat sa mga nag-share, maraming salamat sa mga continue na nagsusuporta sa mga video ko. And then, sunod na rin, shoutout of course sa UST Tele Tigers and shoutout na rin para sa mga personal friends ko na biglang tumutok na rin sa MPL. You could find me, Uomi PH, everywhere on social media. Pero pinaka-active ako sa Twitter and sa TikTok.
Nice! You know what, Uomi, I have one more question for you before we go. Do you dance on your TikToks?
Oh, no.
I don't. I honestly don't. I do explanations.
I'm sad. A lot of people became sad. I shouldn't have asked para sumili pa rin sila. But, okay. Here's something, guys. Maybe if you follow him enough, if that number hits high enough, baka sumayaw si Uomi. Baka lang. Is that a possibility?
I mean, I'm really bad at dancing, pero maybe once I reach 100K in the future, who knows?
Oh,
Guys,
guys!
no promises though, no promises.
Guys, it's a non-zero number. There is a chance. So, kung ako sa inyo, follow nyo na siya. And we might actually see a few hot moves. But thank you! Thank you so much, Uomi! Thank you so much, Brigida! On behalf of everyone making this possible, from the back end, we have our direct Kaysaya. Thank you so much to George, to Ash, to Rob, to Jamal, our family over at EGG Network. And of course, all of you guys supporting us. Maraming salamat. Whether you're watching via the EGG Network page or through my page, please click like and follow. And of course, for all of those who shared, kita-kits next week. There will be another episode of Request Backup. I can't wait to tell you guys who we got as our guests dahil bigatin din yon. But, with that being said, you can find me all over the internet at LeoCastsPH. If you want to see my website, just add a .com. Hope you guys have a great week ahead. Always take care. Don't forget to ban in your ranked games and play your best. Always play to win. Magandang gabi sa inyo and I'll see you guys when I see y'all. Peace!
Request backup!